what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Eris if this is your first time visiting. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. As you can see, we are in the garage. A lot of changes have taken place and we'll do an update video on that soon. But for now, I figured I would go ahead and get a video out doing something a little different. I'm not a big Halloween girl, you know, as far as celebration and whatnot, but I did have a relative ask me to do some Halloween shirts for them, and so I figured I would go ahead and record the process and share it with you guys. So we are going to be doing a his and her design, and as you can see, we've got the Bride of Chucky, and then we have Chucky himself, and we are going to put these on some sweatshirts along with the hands. So you put the hands together and there's like your heart love type of thing going on. So we're gonna do that today. These stitch outs are going to take quite an amount of time, over an hour for each of them, but she's worth it. I'm gonna do it. And for hers, she's gonna do this color, and then for Chucky, we're gonna do a gray. I am going to be using my Mighty Hoop hooping station right here. You guys can see I love this thing. Typically, most of the time, I will use tearaway just because I'm a risk taker. No, just because I know how my products work, I always use tearaway along with some poly mesh. But for this design, because it is such a dense design and it's going on this sweatshirt, the sweatshirt isn't super thick, I am going to be using some cutaway. And this cutaway I got from Amazon. If you want, I can link it in the description box below. So I'm using the 8x13 Mighty Hoop for this. I went to the thread store because I'm a real stickler for like trying to make sure that I use the correct colors, like realistic colors. And so I was having a hard time with what I have here, finding something that matches the skin tone for I think her name was, honestly her name is Melissa or something. I don't know the actual bride's name, but anyway, I'm trying to find a thread that matches her skin tone, and I could not find one. And so I had to go to my local thread store, and I was able to find something there. So that looked out. But other than that, everything else is fine. I do have a 6-needle machine right here. As you can see, this is the Brother PR670E. I also have a Racoma 15-needle over there. But for her, she doesn't have a ton of colors going on. I will be using all 6 of my needles though here to do her. As you can see, we've got the yellow, the black, the white, the blue, and the red because of that heart there. So we will be using all of those colors. I first want to measure this just to make sure that I am putting it in the center. And when I measure, all I simply do is take the collar, put like 4 fingers down, and this is going to be the top of my design, and make sure that it's in the center. That works for me. I of course use the hooping station, but at the same time, the measurements that you get with it, you don't always want to use that because it really depends on the manufacturer of your garment as far as the preciseness of the garment itself. So sometimes you can get things in there a little off-centered or whatnot. Some people like to go by the tag. I don't do that. I just put my hand up, make sure it's in the center, and I'm good. And if you want to, you can just take your tape measure such as this and measure from left to right, which I do that from arm seam to arm seams, usually how I do it. And we're at about, let me go down. We're at about 22, so 11 and a quarter. And where I put my dot is correct. So the more you do it, you'll get better at eyeing things and kind of know exactly where it should go. And if you're wondering where I got this design, I will put it in the description box below so you can see where I got the design from. It was, I think, MR.Digitize or something like that. I'll go back and find it and let you guys know. All right, so I put my design on my shirt. I know you guys can't see it, but I'll insert pictures or something somewhere. Okay, you guys, so here's the sweatshirt on the Mighty Hoop. Again, I was saying I like to pull my sleeves to the side like this and kind of feel and make sure that it is symmetrical, not too much on one side or the other. I did put my little dot up here, and then I lined it up straight down the center. There's also a center mark on here as well, on the hooping station itself, so that'll kind of help you make sure that it's in the line as well. But yeah, so this is how it looks, ready to hoop. So let's go ahead and slam it down here. 1, 2, 3, just like that. And as you can see, I'm almost as perfectly aligned with the circles here as he's here. But let's go ahead and put it on the machine. I have my laser pointed in the middle, the center of the design, and what I do is just trace the crosshair. So I'm going to come up, make sure that it's pretty much in a line, and go down, making sure we're close to the line, if not directly on it. And then I'm going left to right just to make sure that that is correct. Now you don't want it to be like up here or down here on the other side. That means that it's going to be crooked. But for this, it looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and now remove my stencil off. Just like that. And then we're going to set our colors and be ready to stitch. All right, so now we're ready to embroider. So I'm going to press embroidery. It's going to pull up all of my colors here. As you see, it's going to take a very long time to stitch this out. We're going to go here and select and put in our colors. I think if I would have color sort this before I put it on here, it probably would have taken a little bit less amount of time, but I didn't do that, and I don't feel like pulling it off and doing that. So we're just going to stick with this, and I'm going to just go through and put in my colors for whatever needle number that belongs to, which is already 2, so that's good. We'll leave that at 2. 6 is my white thread. This is the skin color, and that's number 1. So after I've done them all, I do go back through just to make sure, because what I would hate to do is stitch this out, walk away, and realize that the wrong color stitched on the design, because then it's ruined. So it's better to go ahead, double check, triple check yourself now. That way you can run your machine without worrying about something like that happening. Now you may need to check it periodically just to make sure everything's going great, that you didn't, run out of bobbin or something like that, but we're good to go. So let's go ahead and drop the needle. Bring you guys in. Alright you guys, so we are officially done with the design. Took a very long time, but I will say it was worth it. So here's the design here. I'll give a close-up and pictures and things like that in there. So yeah, it turned out really good. I think you can absolutely tell. Now one thing I did do was actually change the white thread. I don't know why I was thinking to put white on there, because this is a cream color, you can be able to see it. So I changed the white to a light silver gray color, so it'll pop a lot more on this cream colored sweatshirt. But I think it looks really, really nice. I think she's gonna be very excited about it. Now I have to do the Chucky one next. I'm not going to record that one because, again, it took a very long time, but I will insert pictures and some clips of it as it is stitching out. I will also insert clip of the sleeves, showing how I choose to embroider that. Again, it's just a sleeve design, so when they stand next to one another, the sleeve will have one hand on it and the other, of course, shaped as hearts, connecting as one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I will be uploading more videos as time permits, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.